Hey you guys, it's Miss Arneson, and I have created some policies and procedures for online. At first, when we moved online for, this global pandemic that we're all going through, I didn't really know what I wanted my online policies to be. Like, in class, I'm like, no, you can't have your cell phone out. You need to put your backpack in your cubby, that kind of stuff. But online, it's totally different. But I finally figured out what I want my online policies and procedures to be. So I'm going to introduce you to those. Even if you've been in my art class before, you're still going to need to watch this video and understand it because not understanding it can result in zeros. Okay, a quick note about Chromebooks. I discovered when I was working one-on-one with a student that the Chromebooks are for some reason messing up where you click in Google Docs. This is really weird because Chromebooks are a Google thing, like they have the Google operating system or whatever, and so they should talk to each other. They should be fine and aligned. But what I found is that, okay, so this is just a weird thing that you might not know if you never had a Chromebook, but a double click means you have to click with two fingers. So like you just literally take two fingers and you move your cursor where you want and then you click on it with both of your fingers. And that will actually open links because I know some people were having trouble clicking on links and that's why, which I didn't know until I was working with a student because I forgot that you have to double click with two fingers on the Chromebook because it seems weird to me. That's why I forgot. Okay, if you need to click on something and you're clicking on it, double clicking on it with two fingers, you're really, really at it and it still won't work, there's actually a weird trick that I figured out with a student. I was working with her one-on-one and we could not get anything to open. And I was just like, this is a huge issue. I mean, if my students can't get their things to open, then how am I supposed to expect them to do work? So we figured out that what you actually have to do is click to the upper right-hand spot where you actually want to click. So like if you wanted to click on this click, this was the hyperlink, you might actually have to click over here to get this to open. Super weird. I don't know why, but that's where we are. So that's just a note, not really a policy or procedure. All right. So writing is the best exercise for your brain, and I don't have you write too much in art compared to my other classes, but I do have people write. So I want to talk to you about the new rules of writing. I want you to really write everything in complete sentences. If there's fill in the blank questions where like you really just need to put one word because it doesn't even make sense to write a sentence, that's fine. But I would like you to write in complete sentences for basically everything. It's a really good practice to get into, and if you start writing in complete sentences, then when you guys are sending me text questions and stuff, you can write in complete sentences and then I can understand what you're asking me better. So it's just a good practice to get into for communication in life. If you're not writing in complete sentences, I will return an assignment to you. It doesn't mean you got a zero on it or anything. It just means that you will have a zero on it until you return it to me with complete sentences. So please make sure you just do that from the beginning. That way you don't have to redo things. Nobody likes to redo assignments if they don't have to. Okay, word count. So sometimes if I really want to know what you're thinking, I'm going to ask you to put a certain number of words when you write your answer. So like if it says 35 or more words, that means you need to write 35 or more words. And if you write a lot of extra words, I'll probably give you a bonus point. But it's because I want to understand what you're thinking. I want you guys to get used to explaining yourself better because I've been getting these like partial answers and I really want to know what's going on. So I'm going to have you write more. Okay, there is spell check and grammar check tools built directly into Google. And so I want to show you what those look like. And then I also just want to tell you that you need to write in the documents with Arial in cornflower blue size 12-point font. I actually already have it set up like this. So if you don't change it, I know I have some students who I think have like OCD tendencies and they don't want to see these different colors of text on the page. But I'm grading a lot of assignments. Right now I'm teaching 9 classes. Next term I'll be teaching 12 classes at the same time. So I need grading to be really quick because otherwise I'm going to lose my mind. And so I need you to put them, to just leave them in cornflower blue. Like you don't have to change it to this. It should already be set up this way. Just leave it that way. All right, let's go check out those tools really quick. So I'm going to go to my Google Classroom that I have as a student. Okay, and I'm just going to click on this one. Oh no, I don't have any assignments in that one yet. Let me click on this one? Okay, so let's say I have, oh, that's not an art class. Sorry, you guys. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so let's say you have an assignment here, lesson 1, what makes good art? And you need to, excuse me, type in the assignment. So if this is my portion of this, let's just type something that I know is wrong. Hold on, it's working on its memory. All right, so let's say Mrs. Arneson. Why are you making us do these? Oop. Okay, so here's a sentence, and I know it has errors. My computer is automatically set up so that the blue underlined squigglies are for grammar errors and the red ones are for spelling errors. But I noticed in working with the student one-on-one that their tools aren't turned on for that. So the way you do it is you go to Tool, Spelling and Grammar, and if these don't have a check mark next to them, then you can add a check mark next to them, and then it should check your spelling and grammar. But before you turn anything in, I want you to check your spelling and grammar, and it'll tell you, sorry, it's checking other people's work, not mine right now, but it'll tell you, like, I love how there are so many umbrellas. So it says that you're missing a word. So like it'll make sure that your sentences make sense to you. Back up here, I have spelled this wrong, so it wants me to change it to this. I just right-clicked on it. Here, I'm going to right-click. It thinks that we should capitalize the first letter of a name. So I just want you guys to know that that tool is available for you. There's also a word count tool. So when I say you have to write 35 words or more, you might be like 1, 2, 3, but you don't have to do that. If you highlight something and you go to tool, you could do word count, and it should, oh. Okay, so the words I've highlighted right here are 50 out of all the words in this paragraph. Okay. Oh, of all the words on the page. That's 50 words? Hold on. Tool, word count. You can also turn it on to display the word count while you're typing if you want. Okay. Go back to the policies. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, we're on the next page now. I have to put zeros in on the weekend, but that doesn't mean you can't make something up, and there's no late penalty. This is a grading scale because a lot of students are confused about grading scales, like, well, what percent is an F? What percent is a D? Remember at Las Montañas, you can't move on to the next term until you have a C or higher. I do generally round your grade up. So if you have a 0.5 or higher, then I'll round you up to the next number. So even if you have a 69.5, I would round that up to a 70% and you'd have a C technically. If you get lower than a 70% on an assignment, you should redo it because you have to have at least a 70 to pass, and that'll put you in a good position for passing. Okay, so this is how I feel sometimes when I see cheating, and sometimes I just feel angry. But this little kid is definitely encapsulating some of my feelings towards cheating. The reason I'm so annoyed with cheating is it wastes a lot of my time. I have to figure out where you copied and pasted it from, then I have to write you a little note about how you can redo it. And I just really don't want to spend my time doing that. So I'm probably going to start getting harsher and harsher as I get more annoyed by cheating. But you can't cheat on an assignment in my class. I will do my best to catch you and I will give you a 0. If you redo it, sometimes if it's like your first time, I'll let you redo it. Or like if you're new to high school and you don't really understand that you can't cheat. But plagiarism is the kind of cheating that I've been getting most on these assignments. And so that means that you're representing somebody else's work or ideas as your own. And there's a bunch of ways that you could do this. And I guess a lot of kids don't understand that it's cheating, or they don't care. I don't know, but I care. And so I'll give you a 0 if you're cheating. If you copy and paste something from a website or from somebody else's answer, or I don't know, any place that you can copy and paste something, and you put it in your own document and you turn it in like it's your idea, that's plagiarism. That's cheating. Even if you copy and paste it, but then you change and delete a whole bunch of words, that's also considered cheating. That's plagiarism again. So you really need to come up with things from your own brain and put those in your assignments. If you type the words of a video, I had a student who typed the words of a video, and that was how they cheated. And I mean, I don't want to spend my time investigating your cheating. I just want to know what you know. And if you don't know it right, guess what? I'll give you a chance to fix it. So please don't cheat. I will give you a 0. And if you keep cheating and it becomes a really big problem, I'm going to refer you to administration because it's wrong and you should have a consequence for doing it. Here's all the ways you can contact me. I'm not going to go over all of them. The only thing I'm going to say is that you need to give me some time to respond to you. So sometimes I work all day long and I'm just at my computer and I can respond to you immediately. But sometimes I do yard work and or like something at my house and I'm not available to text you back right away. So if you email me, then I'm not going to see it until I check my email again. So I would say maybe text me if you want me to check on your issue immediately, because then I can, pause from what I'm doing and go check the email out and try to solve your issue. If you want to make Zoom appointments with me, that's cool. But in art, I think pretty much you just ask me really short questions. So I don't think it's going to be as necessary in art. Okay, that is all I have to say about that. So have a good day.